that an estimated 4.2 million premature deaths globally are linked to ambient air pollution. It is time for me to talk more about air pollution, specifically anthropogenic or man-made air pollution and its effects on our health. Air pollution that directly impacts people's health is everywhere, especially in areas with a lack of clean air regulations. The World Health Organization has set an average air quality guideline of 25 micrograms of PM2.5 per cubic meters of air per day. They revealed that an estimated 4.2 million premature deaths globally are linked to ambient air pollution. Air pollution is not always an isolated, localized problem. Yes, there are specific areas in various countries, including mine, that have severe air pollution problems that are caused by local problems and local issues. But air pollution in specific circumstances is also an interconnecting global issue, especially when we look at the fact of our socio-economic activities that occur within and also across borders. As we know, there are organizations and also businesses that have branches and factories right across on the other side of the country or even abroad in other countries away from the headquarters. Decision-making implications knows no border. Some areas are more badly hit by air pollution than others.
So, to address this air pollution topic through this video, I will first of all talk about this issue on a global scale because pollution in its various degrees affects people across the globe. Secondly, I will discuss about the core aspects of air pollution. I will then cover a specific case study relating to Indonesia's capital city, Jakarta. And finally, in the last section, I will give you tips on how to roughly identify and understand how big an air pollution problem you might have in your own areas, if any, and even think of solutions on how to tackle them.
To kick things off, let's make a recap. Based on an app called IQ Air Visual, one of the world's leading AQI apps out there, more on this later, these are the top 30 most air polluted cities in the world as of August 2019. However, it doesn't mean that cities that aren't in the rank are not as polluted or less polluted than those who are in the rank, because there are also data within these types of AQI apps that aren't there. It can only do so much. However, even though it's not 100% on point all the time, because of course you would need an on-the-ground air monitor to be more accurate, to have a higher accuracy, and for example not rely on satellite data, which sometimes these AQI apps really rely on, which of course its accuracy is much less than if you have an air monitor in a certain city in a certain area. Still, overall, it gives a general idea to know what the air pollution levels are around us.
For example, a new study published in the PLOS Medical by Imperial College London and Carnegie Mellon University estimates that more than 30,000 deaths occur in the US in a single year because of airborne particulates, namely PM2.5 or small particulate pollutants that is found in air pollution.
Okay, now let's take a step back and look at the core aspects of air pollution. Air that is polluted consists of these things here. The presence of unwanted gaseous, liquid, and solid substances. It is when the air in the atmosphere and around us, both indoors and outdoors, are contaminated by physical, biological, and chemical alterations. The one that is a red flag indicator for human health is usually PM2.5 because these tiny pieces, especially its finest pollutant microparticles, are easily inhaled. And if they are inhaled, it is very detrimental to human health because it could cause illnesses until death. Other than being a smoker, there are also other ways to pollute your body and the environment. Just go to an area that has a very highly polluted air and the job is done.
All living beings, however, can feel and is impacted by the presence of air pollution. Animals and plants too. The well-being of living beings could deteriorate because of it. gases, for example, sustain all living things. It's around us. But the negative ones, which are categorized as air pollution, are destructive. Any imbalance can be harmful of survival.
This is an air quality index or AQI chart. To get a good estimate of how clean or unhealthy the air that you are breathing is, the AQI as an index for reporting daily air quality can help. The AQI focuses on health effects you may experience after a few hours or a few days breathing in the air around you. This chart doesn't only measure PM or particulate matter pollutants, it could basically calculate any type of major pollutants out there. How is it calculated? Each day, air monitors placed around the world and also those on satellites calculate the concentrations that exist within the air that consists of these major pollutants. These raw measurements are then converted into separate AQI values per pollutant, according to standard formulas. The highest of these AQI values per cities, for example, are then reported as the highest AQI value for that day.
There is an imbalance of gases in the atmosphere. It's funny that as we progress in terms of economic and technological advancement as a whole, but in expense, majority of humans have been delaying in tackling various environmental issues for so long. Look up eutrophication, ozone loss, rising sea levels, photochemical smog, and acidification, which includes acid rain filled with scrumptious nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides. Yummy. Jakarta, the pool of where Indonesians' brightest minds are. Jakarta being polluted is not really new news, but it jumped from around AQI 88 and PM 2.5 levels of 29.7 in 2017 to an estimate AQI 210 and PM 2.5 levels of 42.4 in June 2019. That's bloody crazy. Your average lifespan is cut 2.3 years off if things don't change. We need to remember.
The right to clean air is guaranteed by the 1945 Indonesian Constitution and the 1999 Law on Environmental Management and Protection. There are approximately 36 regulations within various levels of government that could help reduce air pollution. The thing is that the government and regional administrations don't enforce them strictly. There are also old regulations that need to be updated. Moreover, Jakartans, they're so used to breathing bad quality air outside, being refreshed by air cons inside buildings and vehicles, that at the end of the day, if not careful, it will always be back to business as usual. Now, for everyone living anywhere in the world that also faces air pollution problems, or you're not very sure if your area is that polluted or not, but you want to know more, there are 3 things that you can do to check and also take action.
Look forward to part 2 in my next video coming out ASAP. I will help you identify and brainstorm some ideas so you know how to contribute in mitigating the air pollution problem. Keep in touch with me by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Thanks for watching part 1 and see you in my next video.